entire screen. Okay. Uh, our agenda for today would be more practice examples from the two references that I sent you. And then we will do that both in Lingo and in Excel. So I hope that you were able to install the solver add-in in MS Excel. Please give a thumbs up if naka-install na yung solver sa Excel. Okay ba? Okay. So most of you ay okay na. And then, recap lang. Last time, let me open the example. This is what we programmed before, and this is a heat exchanger problem or heat exchanger network design. Okay. And using Lingo, more or less parang straightforward yung yung approach ni Lingo. The way that we program Lingo, as you can see is parang lang siyang isusulat, no? Para lang siyang isusulat. Uh, what are the important things here? May equal sign do sa this is the objective function. So we can put a comment pala. So to put a comment, you can use an exclamation point and then a semicolon. So whatever is inside the exclamation or whatever is inside or between the exclamation point and semicolon, yun ay comment lang, hindi yun i-read ng solver. Objective function, and then you can also do that for the constraints. You can also, best practices, you describe the constraint one by one. Pero right now, kasi hindi natin alam yung details nito, no? Our objective is just to learn first yung coding. Okay. And I hope that you know alam niyo yung nito, this last code or inequality here, no? So, ibig sabihin nun, for x1, ang bounds niya ay from 0 to 15, x2 is 0 to 834, and so on and so forth. Ah, sorry. 0 to 15,834 pala yung x1. X2 is from 0 to 36,250, and so on and so forth. And in Lingo, kailangan isa-isa mo siyang i-program. Okay? Next is, ba't ka nauna yung x4 and x5? X4 is greater than, okay, inuna ko pala siya. And default sa Lingo, kahit hindi mo ilagay yung x is greater than 0, ang default niya, lahat ng variables ay non-negative. So, default yun. Hindi kailangan ilagay na x sub 1 is greater than 0, x sub 2 is greater than 0, x sub 3 is greater than 0. Default na siya sa Lingo. Okay, so let's go to the next example. Kay Yan et al. Naman, this one. Okay? Now, I want you to uh, try to write this code. Nangyari, ba't lumiit? Write this code using Lingo. Okay. Start writing this code using Lingo. Example 3. Example 3. For the last statement, okay, may y equal to parenthesis or bracket 0, 1. Ibig sabihin lang nito, y1 is a binary. So, ano siya? Values lang niya ay either 0 or 1. Y2, kasi may to the 4 eh. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng variable, y1, y2, y3, y4, ay binary. Yun lang ibig sabihin nung hindi yan raised to the 4. Parang 4 times lahat ng y ay binary. How do you express that in Lingo? This is the code. Okay, this is the code in Lingo at bin y1. At bin, isa-isa muna. Later ko kayo tuturuan ng ano. Then repeat that for 3 and 4. Now I want you to complete, okay, typing this in Lingo and then tell me if you can get the answer. Ito yung answer. I'll give you 1 minute to do that. Please take a screenshot because I want to move away from the PDF. Please take a screenshot. Okay, and I will check out kung ano pa yung pwede nating practicein. That is yan, example 3. Ayan. Okay. Once you're done, uh, kindly send a heart emoji. Naghanap lang ako ng maganda pang practice problem. Again, ang code for binary for ensuring that uh, the variables are binary are this one. At bin parenthesis y1. Okay, tapos na si Ace. I'll show you the answer. Ito yung answer. And then when I click, by the way, don't forget, although pag na-set up mo na siya once, yung sa global solver, naka-tick naman siya once na set mo na siya. Now, I will click the solve and let's see if nakuha ba yung answer. Sa book, ano yung answer sa book? Nakuha ba? Yep, 0011, objective function is -6. -6. Okay? Let me know if we can move on or nakuha na ba lahat? Please send a heart. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, so okay na halos lahat. Ah, Mirko, okay na. And then, Wenstein, okay na. Eto na. Last example before we move to using Excel. Example 4, insulated steel tank. insulated steel tank design. You can take a screenshot. I'll give you 1 minute. I'll just be away from my keyboard for 1 minute. I'll be back. Baka may question, paano yung exponentiate? Let me open my at XP. Yung uh, raised to the power is this, ano ba to, caret? The symbol, the usual when we use Excel, di ba? Ito, exponential uh, is at the EXP. Okay? Let me go back here. Okay, I'm back. The answer is this one. Oops. When I run this code, this would be the answer. Let us check the book. Yeah, 0, 9480, tsaka 0. X3, ayan, nauna lang yung X4. X3 is 80, 0, and the objective function is, nako, ito, 5194. And as you can see, may local minimum. May local minimum. Let us see if we can get the local minimum. If I try to uncheck the global solver, let's see kung ma-capture niya. Yeah, local optimum. 5194 pa rin. Less than or equal to. Teka, solver options. Balik ko lang. Pag ang less than or equal to sa linggo ay ano lang siya, less than. Sa linggo, ang less than sign ay understood na less than or equal to. Malinaw ba? Okay. Ang greater than sign ay understood na greater than or equal to sa linggo. Nakuha ba ng lahat? Please send a heart. Kung nakuha nyo yung objective function, ay yung solution na ito. Global optimum. Okay? Okay? Now let's do the exercises in Excel. No? Now, ano yung difference using Excel and Lingo? Mas powerful ang solver ni Lingo compared to Excel. May times na pag medyo complex na yung model, hindi nakukuha ni Excel. Pero pag simple lang yung model, nakukuha niya yung solution. O let us try paano sa Excel mag-optimize. Let's go back to the first exercise, which is on the heat exchanger network. Let me open that. Ano ba yun? Number 5. Ito. Okay. Uh, this is how we do it in Excel. But this is the objective function in the first one. Okay. So you want to minimize, but first, the variables, declare the variables. So we have x1, x2, and x3. So this cell right here would be the variable. So let me change the, teka, let me change, let me put a border, okay, and highlight them in yellow. Okay, so this is the variables. Initially blank. Sa objective function, ano bang ginagawa sa objective function? Sabi, minimize, di ba? Minimize what? The sum. The sum of x1, x2, x3. So what you do is, you make a formula. Sum, o kahit x1 plus x2 plus, or ito yung pinakamadali, sum of all the variables. Right? Next, sa constraints, isa-isahin mo yung left side and yung right side. Okay? So let us label this as the left side of the constraint and this is the right side. So first constraint, 100,000 times, dapat may equal sign kasi formula, 100,000 times, oops, kulang tayo ng variable. May x4 and x5 pa. So lagyan pa natin ng x4 and x5. x4, x5, okay? Kasi 5 nga pala yung variable. Okay? Ibig sabihin, sa left-hand side, it's equal to 100,000. Oops. Times x4 minus 100. Okay? Sa right-hand side, equal 120 times x1 times 300 minus x4. Okay, nakukuha nyo? Nakakuha ba yung gagawin? So far, nakaka-follow? Thumbs up please kung nakaka-follow. So basically, ang ginagawa ko, kada constraint, no, fina-formula ko. And yung cell, yung variables doon sa equation or inequality, kailangan ko i-point doon sa cell na yon. Okay? O, next. Next line tayo. 100,000 times x5 minus x4. x5 minus x4, that's the left-hand side. The right-hand side is 80 times x2 times 400. Oops. 400 minus x5. Baka may typo error ako. Tingnan na lang natin. Next. Third constraint. Equal to 100,000 times 500 minus x5. Okay. Right-hand side equal to 40 times x3 times 600 minus 500. Okay. Ang weird pala nitong ano, no? 600 minus 5. Bakit di na lang ano, 100? Anyway, tingnan ko nga. Ganun talaga. Oh, anyway, sige. O, paano na yung ano, etong mga constraints sa yung bounds ng kada variable. So, you go to that tab, data, okay? Nasa data tab ako. Dapat lumabas tong solver. Okay? So, lalabas tong solver, you click that button. Can you see yung merong nag-pop up na solver parameters? Can you see it? Thumbs up? Okay? Oops. Okay. So, ang gagawin nyo dito ay first set objective. Ito nakalagay, di ba? Set objective. So, ang gusto natin, minimum, di ba? Minimize. So, i-click nyo tong button sa minimize, minimum. And then, dito, palitan nyo yung number, ay yung cell address ng objective function. Kiklik nyo yung B9. Dapat B9, ito, nakuha, ito yung objective function, di ba? Minimize. By changing variable cell. Okay? Kiklik mo to, and point mo ngayon sila dito sa variable. So, ibig sabihin yung B2 to B6 ay variables. Nakuha. Okay. Next, yung constraints na. So, paano? Click add. Okay? Click add. The first constraint sabi, equal dapat sila. Okay? Ibig sabihin, this one, sa reference, should be equal to this one. Okay? Itong cell reference, ito yung left. Itong constraint, ito yung right. Ito yung operator, yung equal sign. O di okay na yan. Click add kasi may isa, marami pa, dalawa pa. O ganun ulit. Click mo yung cell reference, then equal sign, then constraint. Okay? Okay, di isa pa. Add cell reference, equal sign, tapos constraint. Okay. So, tapos na yung tatlong constraint. Dito na tayo sa boundary ng variables. For boundary of variables, treat mo siya na parang constraint lang. So, meaning, mag-add ka ulit yung x1. So, ignore na natin yung yung uh, x is greater than 0. I'll tell you later bakit. Punta tayo sa x4 greater than 100. So, click mo yung x4. Sabi kasi x4 should be greater than, di ba? X4 is greater than 100. Add mo ulit yan. X5 should be greater than 100. Add mo ulit yan. Then, punta na tayo sa less than. So, x1 is less than, less than or equal to 15,834. Add x2 is less than or equal to 36,250. Add x3 is less than 10,000. Add x4 is less than 300. And lastly, x5 is less than 400. Then click OK. So, dapat nakalista na dyan. Kaya pwedeng wag na nating lagay yung x1 to x3 greater than 0, tama. Kasi may ganitong button. So, ibig sabihin nun, automatically make unconstrained variables non-negative. Okay? Automatic na yung meron ng constraint na all variables are greater than 0. Okay? Next. This is not a linear program, right? Kasi merong naka-multiply na dalawang variables. Dun sa solving method, yan, okay na ba na to? GRG nonlinear. Okay, so click mo yung GRG nonlinear kasi hindi pwede yung simplex dahil hindi siya linear. Okay, so let's see kung baka may typo ako or wala. I will click solve. Okay, so sabi may nag-pop up na solver found a solution, all constraints and optimality condition are satisfied. Keep solver, i-okay mo lang siya. I-okay mo lang siya. Let's see. Baka may typo ako kasi hindi exact. X1 is 578. Bakit di exact? Near but not exact. Let's see. I feel na may typo ako somewhere. 120, 300. While I'm checking my answer, please do it in your Excel. Okay, good. So, nakuha ni Carlito yung exact. Teka, let me check. 579. Okay, okay. 1359. 5. Hindi ko mahanap kung saan ako nagkamali. Pero hanapin ko. Baka may Excel file ako dito. This is real. Let's see. Example 5. Ganun talaga yung nakukuha ko. 578 lang. Pero malapit. Ano, nakuha niyo ba yung exactly sa book?
Siguro po dun sa objective function kasi yung i-minimize lang ay yung sum ng x1, x2, and x3. Baka sa
Ah,
objective function po sinama natin si x4 at x5.
hindi naman. Sum lang ng x1 to x2 at x3. Nakuha mo ba exactly yung nasa book?
Nakuha ko na po.
Yung exactly nasa book?
Apo.
Ano yung sinabi ni ano? Bakit Wednesday? Explain mo nga bakit 600 minus 500. Ba't yun ang ano, feeling mo reason? Feel ko ba naka 600 minus 500 po
Kasi
kasi?
parehas po tayo ng nakuha. Ganyan din po yung parameters na nakuha.
Ba bakit yung 600 minus 500 ang reason?
Feeling ko lang po. Opo.
Um, anyway, malapit naman. Feeling ko, si Carlito, malapit sa book. Nearer sa book yung nakuha niya eh. Si Mirko din. Hindi ko mahanapin kung may typo ako. Pero pareho tayo exactly, Weinstein, ng numbers na nakuha.
Opo, ma'am.
Baka sa solver,
Exact po yung nakuha ko dun sa
sa
book.
book. Very good.
Same din pa.
Ulitin ko, gawin kong 0, 0, delete ko lahat tong variable solver. So, GRG non-linear yung gamit niyong solver.
Yes po, ma'am. Same din po.
Oops. Mali, mali. Nagulo pala. Yun pa rin lumalabas. Anyway, sige. Nakuha. Si Rayleigh. Si Reniel pala. Si Reniel.
Same po nun sa inyo yun, nakukuha ko.
Okay. So, hindi ko pa ma-figure out but may difference. Anyway, baka feeling ko something to do with the solver. Pag ito kasi ginamit natin sa linggo, saktong-sakto doon sa nakukuha ng book. No. Sige. Move on muna tayo. Ang next na gagawin natin sa Excel or gagawin nyo sa Excel ay itong kay yan, example 3. Yung ginawa nyo kanina sa linggo, gagawin nyo ngayon sa Excel, example 3. Okay, so paano yung binary part? Paano mag-assign ng binary sa Excel? Sa binary part, sa solver, okay, sa add, ayan no, sa add constraint, ayan, pag kinlik nyo to, bin or integer pag int or bin pag binary variable, ayan, automatically, ma-assign nyo as binary yung variable. Okay? So, yun. Doon lang din yun sa add constraint dito. Okay? Sige, try nyo si yan, example 3. Sa Excel naman this time. Pa-screenshot na lang kasi may check ako. Dito na. And let me know if nakuha nyo na yung answer using Excel. Gusto ko mag-try ng may at integer. Hanap akong example. Okay. Pag nakuha nyo na yun sa Excel, ito yung answer. Yan yung, ang next na gagawin nyo ay eto. After nyo makuha yun sa Excel, i-program nyo to sa Lingo at saka sa Excel. Then later ko ipapakita yung answer. Okay? Screenshot nyo na to. O, sinend ko naman yan sa email. Gagawin nyo tong problem both sa Lingo at sa Excel. I'll be away from my keyboard ulit for 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So, paki-send ng thumbs up kung okay na yung Excel nyo ng example 3 ni Yan. Okay. Nakuha naman si example 3. Ito yung answer. Pero alam nyo na yung answer kasi naglinggo na kayo. Okay. Okay. Ayan. So next, tapos na ba kayo sa sample problem or still working on it? The widgets and frisbee sample problem. Still working on it? First sa linggo muna, sa linggo. Okay, last 30 seconds. Nawala si Wenstein, baka internet problem again. Anyway, naka-record naman. Okay, I will show the answer now. Ito nga ba yun? Oops, hindi ito. Hindi ko kasi naituro. The code for integer is @gin. Dapat kasi integer yung widget at saka frisbee. And this is the model. See if you have the same model. Okay, so ano yung objective function? Maximize the profit, di ba? And the profit is calculated by multiplying the widget and number of widget and number of frisbees with their respective prices. Okay? Therefore, this is the objective function. Widget and frisbee is your variable, so you multiply them with the price subject to the constraints. Ano ba yung constraint? Meron tayong polyester and na polyester na 12 units at saka polypropylene na 10 units lang. And therefore, kung ano man yung magagamit ng widget at ng frisbee na polyester, dapat less than 12. But for a widget, kailangan niya ng 3 polyester material, while the frisbee kailangan ng 5. So that's the first constraint. Second constraint, same logic, but this time for polypropylene. Okay, this is the polypropylene. And lastly, kailangan nating i-declare na integer sila. And the code for that is @gin. @gin. This is ito lang yung ginamit kong variable, pero depends on you. Baka gusto nyo lang W at saka F. Pwede yun. Now, when we solve the problem, it's ano ba yung P? PILP, integer linear program. Ano nga ba yung P? I forgot kung ano yung P. I'll research it. Teka. Ano ba yung PILP? Pure integer linear. Integer linear program siya. Purely integer. Okay. Yun pala yung PILP. This is the solution. 0 na, talaga. 8 daw yung max profit. Widget na 0, frisbee na 2. Ganun din ba yung nakuha niya? Tama kaya itong pinagawa ko? Check ko lang sa isa pa. May isa pa akong version eh. Yun din. So, sabi dito sa solution, kailangan daw ng 2 frisbee. Yun ang magbibigay ng maximum profit. Okay, nakuha ba ng lahat? Please send again a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, very good. Okay. So, skip na lang natin yung Excel version nun. Basta alam niyo naman kung paano gawin para masimulan natin yung next topic which is transportation problems na. Saan ba yun? Kay Dr. Kate tong ano na to slide. Pero skip na natin yung part na, teka. So, alam niyo na to, skip ko na to, na-discuss na natin last meeting. Okay. Types, model classifications, visualizing. Ayan, ito pala yung last time. Ito yung term na, wait lang let me go to full screen mode. Okay. Since models are intended to be abstract approximation, so approximation lang naman talaga kasi ang models of the real systems. The extent of approximation or the fidelity depends on the application. Ibig sabihin, yung pag high approximation, ibig sabihin high fidelity, mas nare-represent niya yung real world system. However, the builder or the modeler should balance model fidelity, which is the model approximation, and model computability. Yun yung sinasabi ko na posible kasi na sobrang accurate, sobrang high approximate yung model mo of the real world, pero hindi naman siya ma-solve ng current computing power natin. And therefore, as a modeler, kailangan you're able to balance those two, model fidelity and model computability. And the interpretation yields insights for the decision maker. Yun naman ang important, no? Yung interpretation dun sa results. Ano yung bagong insights na malalaman mo from the results? Okay. Now we move on to transportation models. Just a brief history, ang author or ang original author ng transportation models would be I think, Russian siguro siya. I'm not sure. Curious ako. Let me Google that. Eh, Leonid Kantorovich. Ayun nga, Russian nga siya. Soviet eh. Known for linear program. Founder of linear program. Okay. So, nanalo siya ng prize in economics and memory Alfred Nobel. Nobel, nanalo siya ng Nobel Prize winner siya for his work on the theory of optimum allocation of resources. O, yun ang ating next topic, no? Medyo mas mahaba na yung, not necessarily more complicated. Yung ibang examples ni Yan at ni Rio, mas complicated pa. Kasi may mga, yung mga nonlinear models. No, not necessarily mas complicated to. Mas mahaba lang. Kasi dito, sa transportation model, mag-ano na tayo, may matrix na. May matrices na tayo. This is the general problem statement. Okay? Kasi ano to ang sinusolve natin ay resource allocation. So, applicable to sa thesis ni Ace, ni Reniel at ni Weinstein. Okay, so ano yung general problem statement? Meron tayong sources. Ito, sources and demands. No, yung mga nasa loob yan. Ito yung sources. Source 1, source 2, and so on and so forth. Demand 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Now, as you can see, lahat ng source nakapoint sa lahat ng demand. 'Di ba? So, lahat yan may connection. Lahat yan may connection. And this is what we call superstructure. Kasi, superstructure would refer to or we also call it maximal structure. And it would give you uh, the model or the design that has all possible connections. Kaya lahat may arrow. But this is not yet the solution. This is not the optimal solution. Yun yung sinosolve ng model. Kasi possible that the optimal solution, may iba dyan connection. Merong iba may connection, may iba wala. But we start with the maximal structure or the superstructure wherein lahat ng possible connection meron. Okay? But this is not necessarily the optimal. Now, for each of the connection, merong cost. Ibig sabihin, if imagine nyo, if source to and demand to, let's say, to bring the product or the raw material of source 1 to demand 1, merong distance. Okay, may distance. Ibig sabihin, may corresponding cost of transportation. But, hindi necessarily na lahat ng transportation model ay may cost dahil sa transportation. No? Hindi ganon. Yung iba ay, say, piping requirement. Hindi yun transportation, di ba? Hindi naman yun. Pero, the longer the pipe, di ba? The higher the piping requirement, the higher energy, the higher raw material you need for the pipe, di ba? Ano pa example? So, yun sa water. Ano pa? So, aside from pipes, aside from distance, ano pa ba? Hindi pa ako makaisip. Basta yun. So, not necessarily na transportation na distance but can be pipes or kung ano man. So, ibig sabihin, kung may data ka ng mga cost nito, yung mga value ng cost na yan, iba-iba yun. Next, total source and demand flows may be balanced or unbalanced. May data ka rin ng available resource for each source. For example, di naman walang scenario na infinite resource tayo. Lagi tayong may limit, 'di ba? Ibig sabihin, for example, yung source 1, ang kaya lang niya ay say kung flow rate yan na water ay 500 liters per day. Yun lang kaya ng flow rate. Source 2 ay 1,000 liters per day and so on and so forth. And therefore, lahat ng ang source balance would refer to kung yung sum ng mga demands na kumukuha from source 1 should be less than or equal to 500 liters per day. That's the source balance. At the same time, we have a demand balance. If may requirement si demand 1 na let's say 600 liters per day, lahat ng sum ng sources niya kung saan siya kukuha, not necessarily lahat yan, di ba? It depends on the optimal solution, should be equal to 600 liters per day kasi yun yung demand niya. Nakuha niya? Ayun, that's the source and demand balance. Now, let me do a time check. 9 minutes left. Okay. And therefore, this is the basic transportation model. Okay? This is kung meron tayong generic problem, ito, generic mathematical program, generic mathematical program. This is the basic transportation model. Meron tayong objective function and constraints. What do you notice? May mga summation sign na, and this is how we code or this is how we write models. We use, hindi natin iniisa-isa. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Minimize the summation. I would refer to the source. J would refer to the demand. Ano lang yon, parang convention lang na pag source ay I, pag demand ay J, pero depende sa'yo yon kung gusto mong palitan. So it means that if you want to minimize the cost, no, cost of the solution. So for example, ito ay cost ng piping or cost ng transportation. So i-multiply mo yung unit cost, 'di ba, with X sa lahat. So i-multiply mo tong cost nito with X. But what is X? X would refer to the flow rate. Okay? From I to J. And X sub ij, ibig sabihin, lahat to may representation. This is X11. Kasi I niya, source 1, demand niya 2. 1, X11. Ito naman, X12. Diba? Gets nyo? And so forth. Ito, X21. Ito, X22. And as you can imagine, ano siya, iterative. No? Summation siya ng lahat. No, i-multiply mo siya, flow rate, kung ang unit ng flow rate ay liters per day, ang unit ng cost ay peso per liter. So, peso per day. You want to minimize the peso per day. Nakuha. Okay. Subject 2. This is the source balance. Sabi ko nga, not necessarily equal. Pwedeng less than. Basta dapat ma-meet niya yung availability, yung capacity ng source. So, hindi not necessarily equal sign na. So, dapat pag sinam mo yung flow rate ng lahat ng lumalabas sa source 1, less than yan sa capacity ni source 1. And so on and so forth. Uulitin mo yan for 2 and 3. Kaya sa sinasabing may loop. Maglo-loop tayo. Next, demand balance. Pag sinam mo lahat ng flow rate na pumapasok sa demand 1, dapat ma-meet niya yung requirement ng demand 1. Kung 600 liters per day yan, dapat ma-meet yun. Kasi yun yung requirement ni demand 1 and so on and so forth. May loop ulit. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng for all I and for all J. Ibig sabihin ng for all I, ilulup mo yan for every source. I-add mo i-add mo to ng mga flow rate and gagawin mo yan for every source. That is this symbol for all I. Pag for all J, ilulup mo yan for every demand. Sasam mo to for every demand. Okay? This is just a non-negativity kasi walang such thing as a negative flow rate if that is true. Kasi ako, for example, may model ako na may negative flow rate, but that's another topic. But let's assume na non-negative yung flow rate. Okay, so this is the basic transportation model. Now, saan ngayon kukuhanin to? You have to have the data beforehand, no? Kailangan may data ka nito, kailangan may data ka ng mga available source, requirement ng kada demand, unit cost. Ayan, so the problem is, and what will the model solve? Ang isosolve ng model, ito yung variable eh. Ano yung optimal configuration? Ano yung mga flow rates? Ano yung optimal configuration nito? Saan may flow, saan may walang flow, saan, at how much yung flow nila? Yun ang hinahanap. Okay? Next is, the objective function would find the flow rates from source to demands giving minimum total cost. Yun nga yung objective function is the source balance, demand balance. Ayan. So, you can use inequality, not necessarily equal sign. Kasi very restricting yung equal sign. Okay. Ayan. Flow rates can't be negative. Now, we can extend. So, next week na to. Let's wrap up for now. Kasi ito is meron ng environmental. But for now, this will settle with the basic. Now, because of time, we have to stop now. My question to you, next week kasi is a holiday. But I really want to continue. O sige, ano na lang, message na lang tayo next week kung may, hindi naman Thursday, siguro Wednesday kung available kayo. But depends, no? Let's see. Depends on your availability. Do you have any questions?
None po sa end ko, ma'am.
Okay. So far, clear naman, nakakahabol. I mean, naso-solve nyo naman, di ba, yung mga problems. Kasi exciting na sana yung next part, eh. Ayokong ma-stop yung momentum. Kasi maglo-looping na kayo maglo-looping na kayo sa linggo. And that is a very nice, exercise. Very satisfying. Very satisfying pag nagagawa mo. Oh, so let's end the meeting for now and let's just message via email or chat if tuloy tayo next week. Okay? That's it. Goodbye, everyone. Let's end the meeting.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you pa, ma'am.
Thank
Ingat pa.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye pa.